ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new review. Behind me is the new Dacia Bigster. This is a bigger brother of Duster, basically a longer wheelbase Duster. I already did a review of the top Journey trim with a full hybrid system. This one is the top trim Extreme with a 4x4 all-wheel drive. We're gonna check it out. This one's a manual. It's a 1.2 3-cylinder turbo MildHybrid with 130 horsepower. So without further ado, let's just dive into the review. Now here's the new Dacia Bigster. It's a bigger brother of the Duster. As I've said, it's a longer wheelbase, a bit taller, but slightly narrow compared to the Duster. Now the Extreme trim we have here is meant for off-roading. So it comes with a 4x4. I think you can spec it with a different trim, but this one is then slightly taller. This has 22 centimeters of ground clearance compared to Duster, that's 1 more centimeter taller. This top spec is a bit more pricier. It's around 34,100-ish euros with a paint option, winter package, 360 cameras, and spare wheel. Now the Extreme trim has a standard panel roof you can see on the top. You can remove it if you don't want to and save 500 euros. But it's standard on this trim. If you go for the Journey trim, you don't have the panel roof, but you get power tailgate on the back. This car doesn't have that. It's an option that you can spec as well. Before we dive into the car, you can get this as a MildHybrid with 140 horsepower with the front wheel drive only, with the LPG or full hybrid, but this one's the 4x4. Now I'm gonna repeat the engine spec at the end of the video in case you've missed the intro. Let's turn on the lights for the start. You can see daytime running lights flickering on the camera but not in person, and LED projectors. Now daytime running lights switch to turn signals, and we also have LED fog lights, but the long beam is not cold LED light. You can retrofit that if you want that matching. Now here's the key fob. It's a keyless entry with a new Dacia badge, and on the back we have lock, unlock the boot space or the cargo, and you can turn on the lights. Now I'm going to unlock the car. You can see the mirrors unfold, and let's talk about the design here. It's a really beautiful design for my personal taste. I love it. It has this pronounced bolsters on the top. It's not a huge deal, at least for me, for parking. For some people it might be, but you have all the cameras, so it shouldn't be an issue. Now the Bigster has this copper design in the Extreme trim. You have some copper details on the side mirrors, and you're going to see it on other parts of the car. Now let's come a little bit closer. Check out this gray metallic color. It is beautiful looking. You can see it here in the sun. Also, the Bigster has an option exclusive. You can choose a black roof if you want that. Now just a quick look here. We have the Dacia signature. We have these beautiful headlights, decent performance. Underneath here we have unpainted black with this green like chips, but this is just suggesting it's a recycled material. I don't think people really care, but it's there. Now you can see here 360 parking sensors on the front. We have them on the rear. The bottom here is just a gray finish but unpainted with a clear coat. And huge thanks to local Dacia. Now you can see the big air intake down there, a little bit on the top. Now on the top here we have a camera below the badge, and we have cameras on the side mirrors. Now you might notice there's no radar. If I back up, you can see there's a camera on the top, so it's gonna brake for pedestrians if they come up close. There's no cruise distance, but there is lane assist. If I turn on the lights, you can see them. And we also have this side tunnelings on the side for better aerodynamics. So really beautiful big SUV. Now let's check out the alloys. This one is equipped with 18-inch alloys. You can see the tire dimension is 215/60 R18. This one came with Continental all-season contact. It's reserved for the Extreme trim. These are rated as winter tires. All the other trims come with summer tires from Michelin, or I think I saw maybe a Hankook or Continental. Now a very comfortable suspension. I have to emphasize that. It's a big improvement. This is basically everything from the Duster that was really improved compared to the last generation. Now you can see all the protection and on the fenders if you're going off-roading. Now this is looking a little bit more posh with piano black and copper details. This has like a rough finish, so that's that. You can see that, bulbs for the turn signals and cameras. Now there's a little bug here. Oh, is that praying mantis baby? Maybe, maybe not, not sure. And here we have blind spot standard on the top trim. Now you can see here the VIN number, and you can see the dash is basically the same as the Duster. There are washer nozzles attached to the hood here. Now you can see here the winter trim has the heaters. You can see them great on the sun. And there's a rain sensor and that lane assist camera. Now double laminated front windshield. This is standard for a little bit longer time. Good for acoustics and soundproof. We have this in plastic, and then this gray metallic is the aluminum roof racks. In all other trims this is fixated, so you need to get separated roof racks. But this one and the extreme trim, you can actually unscrew these and then take them off and put them like that. I'm not sure why is this exclusive for this trim only, but I guess you just have to pay more. An option that I've mentioned, tinted and openable panel roof. Shark fin antenna. In the very base model you get like an antenna with a wire wrapped around it. And we have tinted windows on the back only on the top trims, unfortunately. I wish it was available in the maybe middle trim. Classical door handle, driver side, you can pop here. There's a physical cylinder behind the plastic cover. And on the back we have the aerodynamic handles. Now if I back up, you can see the whole SUV in the frame, so looking very nice. Because it's a longer wheelbase, you have more leg room and more cargo room on the back. I really like these 5-spoke alloys. You do have a lot of tire protection, so it's really hard to curb them, but don't push it. Now you can see here the side profile. Now if I turn on the lights, it's very sunny. Yeah, they're not emphasized as much on the sun. Just to wrap it up here, we have this sticker with the Bigster signature. We have this kind of interesting spoiler, stoplight and rear wiper. Now in extreme trim you get this in copper, otherwise it's white. We have the Bigster sticker and 4x4. We also have quad lights for the license plate illumination, backing camera. Now the resolution isn't the most sharpest, but it serves a purpose and it's handy. There's an opening button right there. And if I back up, you can see here there are cat eyes and then a fog light and a reverse light. The exhaust is below on the left. Now if we check out this side, it's really nice and big. And open that, you can see here the button. Now if I back up, I'm a 2-meter tall person, or 6.6 in feet. You can see this, so just a little comparison. Now on the top it's plain on the left. On the right side you can pull to close. Again, you can have it as an option as a power tailgate. This one's manual. Now there is this option of like a clip-on. There's like 5 or 6 anchor points, and you get in the extreme trim standard this a light. There's a button on the top to turn it on, warm light, and there's a USB-C, you can charge it. So this one's handy because it's like a spotlight, so you can really nicely illuminate this cargo space at night. Now there's always some stuff from the trees here. If I back up, you can see the cover is textile. This is plastic, so it has like two steps here. You can see that. Now you can pull this and then take it out. Now a very big cargo space. In this specific model it's 550 liters and 1,853 if you knock down the seats. Now seats knock down 40, 40, 20. The middle part is the armrest with cup holders and a phone holder. Now we have a flat entry here, but we have this option of like rubber and textile cover. You can see there's 2 false floor shelves. Now on the right side we have a pocket here for the fire extinguisher, little room. You can see the little room below here above the wheel arch, and you can knock down the seats on both sides from the rear. There's on the right 12-volt outlet and a warm light, 2 grocery hooks. On the left side there's another anchor point, so this one is a grocery hook. You have one here as well, so you can maybe put that on the front right there. There's another for the front passenger will mount, and here there's a room. This is a first aid box, emergency triangle. There's a lift jack and bigger pocket right there. Now if I take this out, this is great because this is nice and flat for loading stuff in. You can see there's a tool for removing the lug nuts. There's a tow winch, spare wheel, full size, but it's a summer tire, not all weather tire, or all season, excuse me. Now there's like 5, so around 7 or 8 fingers from here to here, and then underneath here depth it's like 4 fingers, so times 2 you get centimeters. So I think there's like a little stone chip, get it out. And look at this. So if you take out the tire or don't spec it, you can put the shelf right there, but there's extra room in there, so you can see that. Now it is always better to have a spare tire, but sometimes if you want more cargo space, you can just not option it. And here you can pull to take this out as well. So that's that. I'm gonna knock down this one. Now you can see the space, and I'm gonna put back the cover. So we're gonna close it up. Yeah, big, beautiful looking SUV. Now, when I approach the car, it's gonna unlock. It locked itself when I left. Now, here's the fuel cap. I'm gonna cut in the refueling. Now, the reserve triggers at 60-kilometer range. It's gonna show when it's full tank range, and price of 50-liter tank. So that's that. I've fueled it at 50 kilometers range. So let's do a little walk around and get inside. So great opening and closing sound. The doors open nice and wide if you need to put a child seat in. We have excellent seals, really solid soundproof. Here you can push down to disable the unlocking or enable it. So if you have kids, you can disable that. All hard plastic, same as on the Duster. You do have fully automatic powered windows. And here you can see the speaker, and the pockets are a bit narrow on the back. And this is how it looks when the seat is down. This is the back from this angle. Now here you can pull this to knock it from the side, or you can see this seatbelt aligner, so it's not coming behind the seat when you knock it down. There's a step here, so for some people it's like an obstacle, maybe for elderly people, so have that in mind when you're purchasing this car. We have here all-weather floor mats. Now this is like a topographic fingerprint, if you will. These are nice because you can take them out easily, toss out the dirt and rinse them off, put them back, save a little bit of time cleaning the car. Now here we have textile seats, copper stitching. In the extreme there's a like stitch missing or just broke. Interesting, never saw that until now. And here we have this recycled material. It feels almost like Alcantara and / leather red, but it's the worst material, trust me. Go for the lower trims where you can get textile seats, or at least more textile. This is unpleasant on the sun. It's very hot, and it already has stains. I try to clean them off, it's not going off. I'm not sure, you have to get that for a chemical cleaning, so that's that. Isofix is right there, and this is the view at the top. Now this would be nice if we had this textile, and you can see the gray roof liner from Renault. It looks really great and posh. You can see the lights on the top, these are touch lights, and I've also opened the panel roof, and you can open it fully, of course. There's 2 steps for the shade, or you can interrupt it, but you can see that how it looks. It's easy to jump inside, plenty of feet room, good knee room, considering I was sitting on the front as a taller person. If there's a shorter person, this would be more forward, you would have more leg room. We have here big pockets, and now this is textile. It would be great if this was actually front facing. You can adjust the height here, and here we have AC vents. Now this one is closed and open, this one's rubberized, these are plasticky. But look at this, you have this also in the extreme trim. It has additional anchors on the side, so this is like a cup holder. You can put it here and then cool your drinks. And over here you can see 2 USB-Cs. These are illuminated and for fast charging. So I'm just gonna put it right there. Now the driver only has a lumbar support, so this is off, this is on. Quite important if you're a taller person. You can also see the, whoa, that's a lot of sun, sorry. Let's hear the closing sound. So great closing sound. Now here you can see the transmission tunnel, not too tall, not too wide, but it's there. This is comfortable. You can squeeze a third person. These are nice and wide. And to get the armrest, pull that little tab, and you can see the big armrest. Cup holders, phone holder. I'm not a huge fan because you can see everything inside, but that's what you get. These can go up and down, and this is how it looks. Now headspace would be okay if there wasn't panel roof. I'm touching the edge, so I cannot straighten up 100%. But if you're like 190, you should be fine. So for most of you, that is generous space, or excuse me, height-wise. Before I get out, there's a little hook here, and there's no height adjustable seat belts and no handles for some reason. I think Duster had them, but you don't get them in this one. Now let's get on the front. It is very sunny. I have a dark shirt, so it's really hot in the car. Great opening and closing sound. Maybe the handle is a bit clunky, but the front doors are not heavier compared to the rear, like it's usually that's the case with all cars. Sorry, I got interrupted by Apple CarPlay. These are about the same, so basically this one doesn't sound a little bit better. Here you can see tire pressure, so you can spec in probably the lowest trim 17-inch up to 19-inch. Pay attention to your tire pressure when you're fully loaded and traveling. Now on the front we have also everything plastic. This is padded, but again, stains, hard to clean off. Now there's bigger pockets here. You see a water bottle, and it's much more functional. Now here you can fold the mirrors if you want to. They do fold when you lock the car, and adjust them electronically. All powered and fully automatic windows, and you can disable the rear controls if you have kids in the back. There's another speaker right there. Now there's a little step right here. This floor mat for the driver is anchored. It has these clips, but the front passenger isn't, so it does have little spikes, but still just sliding forward. Not really good. You can see the pedals for the manual. There's another speaker right there. And let's check out here. We have manual seat, push up to slide back and forward, push up and down. And this one is for the tilt. Now, same material, again, not the greatest, very hot. I would prefer textile seats. So that's that. Steering column is adjusted in all directions. Electronic parking brake engages automatically, disengages when you unbuckle, and that's that. You can of course press it manually. And before we jump in, over here you have the my personal settings, so you can disable that pesky new EU regulation overspeed warning or a speed change. It's not really annoying, chimp, but it's there. You can disable it. Here you can disable the traction off, LED height adjustment, and auto start stop off. Jumping in, it's very hot. So I'm going to start the car. Now, sorry, the Apple CarPlay is probably going to disconnect my exterior mic. So I'm going to use the iPhone mic. Apologies for that. You saw the little animation there. Just going to put this to neutral. So just got interrupted again. Switching to wide lens. There's going to be point of view driving with no comments, and then there's going to be night point of view driving with full impressions on the road and fuel consumption. Now, I'm not sure if I'm using the mic for or if it's off, but I'm gonna assume it's not on, so I'm just gonna divert that air up and maybe lower the fan speed manually so it's not super loud or obnoxious. Okay, I think that's fine. Zooming back in. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear the petrol. It's not too loud, but you can hear it. And focusing here on the steering wheel, we have a new badge. We have a 2-spoke flat top and bottom, 3-spoke. Very nice, no piano black plastic in here. We have here cruise control, speed limiter or off. You can set the speed that's on the read by the camera, and here you can manually control the speed, and you can turn off the speed limiter or reset it or reinitiate it. We have here voice commands. I don't think they work in Croatian. We have the phone calls. We have the arrows for the trip computer and pages for the display options on the digital cockpit. Now, keep your lights on automatic. You have the fog lights here, controls, and wiper controls. You have also automatic wipers, and this one is for the rear wiper. You can see these. All safety features are enabled when this is amber. If you want to enable my personal, you press it twice with a 1-second delay. So 1, 2, and here you can see my safety person selected. It's a great solution to the pesky new regulations. Closed open, we have corporate details in this one. The Extreme trim has this green, the Journey has its silver, on the Duster was blue. And I think in lower trims, this is like some sort of white or beige or grayish. So that's that. There's an air vent blowing to the side. There's another speaker in the A-pillars. Decent sound. The dash is hard. It looks Spartan. It has a nice design, but in reality, you're not going to touch that. And believe me, this just lasts longer. There might be some, plastic materials that make sounds through time, but that's just the nature of plastics. There's another anchor point here. I'm going to show you there's a phone mount. I removed it because I'm not using it. In the Bigster and the top trim, you get big display, which is standard, but it's the same display here. I think it's a 10-inch display for the digital cockpit. In lower trims, you get the one that's in the Duster. It's basically a bit shorter screen, not as wide as this one, and it has like 3 green arrows on the side there. Air vents below, we have the AC control shortcuts, hazards, a lock, unlock. The car will lock itself when you start driving, and there's a start-stop engine right there. Below here we have a plastic cubby. Now 2 USB-Cs for fast charging, illuminated, full outlet socket. There's a wireless charger probably on the top trims. Standard, there's a little amber light. It doesn't really charge your phone fast, but it does charge it. You can put like something here as well. Now 6-speed manual. To go into the reverse, push up first gear, and then you have the cameras here. You have the front camera. This is actually the back camera, front camera, sides here, so you can see the steering wheel and not to curb, although again you have those big tires. You can play with contrast and so on. Now the manual has kind of not the best experience when putting gears inside. The first gear, sometimes you need to like press in the clutch really good. It doesn't always sit in nicely. And the first gear feels like it's a third gear, the position. So it's a bit odd, you need to get used to it. But once you get used to it and get a feeling for it, it's okay. The knob is plastic, but you do have a leatherette here, and that is that. Moving to the driving modes for the 4x4, it's interesting, the system will sometimes use the front wheel drive. I think it's here, and then sometimes you're gonna see it's like 50-50. So this is on the auto setting. You can have eco setting. You can see it here in the display on the digital cockpit. Eco, auto, snow, mud and sand, and there's the off-road. It's basically like enabling if one wheel is spinning to lock, I guess, the differential and give it a traction on the wheel that's not spinning. And also you have a downhill assist, so there's a little symbol right there. So basically this is for car to brake automatically when you're going downhill. The car does not have hill holes, so when you're going up, it's only on automatic, so nothing for the manual, if I'm not mistaken. You can see here 2 cup holder sizes. It's not adjustable cup size wise, but there's a symbol for the key fob if the battery is low, to put it here and you can start the car. There's a little room for a pen. This is not too soft, but okay. It's a big space, you can see that, so it just doesn't extend. Now the seats are okay, comfortable enough. There's a dense foam and a soft foam. On this one it's improved, but after 2 hours I get a stiff butt pain. I have to get a break, but my girlfriend says she was fine after a 3-hour drive. Down here, this looks like plastic, but this is, I believe, like you can hear like a metal sound. I believe this is where the battery is below the driver, below the front passenger seat. There's this anchor point right here and spacious glove compartment with a warm light. I did a night tour of this car for the journey trim, so check it out. You can mount that here, so this is adjustable. You can see this, you can adjust it in all directions. Now before we dive into the screen, just to wrap it on the top, we have a mirror with a bezel. It's don't blind me. This goes dim at night, but you can't really see how it works during the day. Passenger airbag information, emergency call, touch lights on the front, and we can open this so you can vent it, or you can open it fully, let some air in. You have that wind deflector, and this is nice. I'm getting some air inside. So also you can open the shade, you can interrupt it, so that's that. And you can see the interior space. It looks much nicer with more light inside, but it's very hot, so I usually keep it closed, so because it gets really hot, and these seats are super hot because of this material I've mentioned. Not to forget, plenty of headroom for a tall person on the front. Almost never an issue, like 99% wasn't an issue. Now to the screen here and digital cockpit, so you're gonna use these to switch these. So you can have navigation here if you use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which work wirelessly, but you need to set up a destination. This is for the lane assist and 2 seconds safe distance. This is minimal, and this is with the rev counter. The Eco Coach is gonna keep you close to 2000 RPM on a petrol, which is kind of weird. And also the gears are very short. First, second, third. The car wants you just to shift super fast in order to be, I guess, more efficient. You should just drive the car according to the feeling and the sound. You can hear the engine when it wants a higher gear, so that's that. And now you should drive your car in higher RPM, not to have carbon buildup. Now, which is not according to the Eco Coach here. It's gonna tell you to keep it in low RPMs. Now, there's a trip computer. I'm gonna use the arrows. So you can use it in all of these, so don't worry. And here you have the radio station, you have the compass for the extreme version, eco monitor. Also for the extreme, you have the tilt of the car, energy flow. So there's like a little battery, you can see it's being recharged when you're going downhill, for example. And here's the odometer, you can hold the OK button to reset it. Here's the fuel consumption on idling the car, so it's high. I've driven it on the highway and it was 7.2 liters from Zagreb to Zadar, and on the way back it was 6.6. So I didn't do the open road test yet, so I'll just come to the night point of view driving video for that info. Let me just put this like that. Now, again, this on the sun, I'm just sweating my back now, it's awful. Okay, the display here, excellent resolution. You have a screen cleaning mode, minimal display or standby. On the top and for the front passenger, you have the volume buttons there. Here is for the driver. Let's play some radio just for a short now. It's really good sound. Can't wait. I can't play for too long. You can see here all the setups. This one can be adjusted, I think, only when you're stationary. There's all of this. Okay, tone control. Now I'm gonna just run through this fast because I think I've already covered it in the Duster. This is the home screen. You have here for the tilt. You have eco driving cameras that work in low speed, so if you're going off-roading, you can use those. Navigation here is slow when you start the car, and then if you go in and out, it's fast. For some reason, not really sure why is that. I'm also not sure if it has like now automatic day and night mode. I know that was not available in the Duster. No, it's just goes to the night theme, but it was like bright theme for a moment. You can select that manually inside. Also, you can connect to Waze. There's a shortcut here, otherwise there's a phone. You have those, you have the apps here, car settings, vehicle settings. So here, access, welcome, wiping, cockpit, screen, brightness. You can edit those widgets, and that's it. Also, car settings, you can adjust the sound here and language units and so on. AC controls, you have heated steering wheel and front seats in this one. You also have the heated windshield. I think you can have an option without the heated windshield, and this is a dual zone climate control. You can hold here, you can unsync it, so there's no little chain here. Then you can adjust the side for the front passenger, and then hold it again in order to sync those. And here you can choose automatic, so fast or soft. And that's more or less everything. In order to show you here, if I use Apple CarPlay, it works nice and fast. And you can just tap here for the Waze. Now, just to show you here for the Waze, if you punch in a route, it's going to recalculate. Now, if you punch in a route here and go to the navigation, now you can see it right here. So it's in a dark mode here and light mode here. This one changes automatically when it's dark outside, or if you're in a tunnel or a garage that's covered. I'm not sure if there was like a day mode here. I forgot, because when I started, I think it was already like a night mode. But now if you exit the route here, stop, this is going to be on. And then if you put something here, this looks dark, but it's basically transparent. You can see slightly the map underneath it. But when you restart the car, this won't be showing here, and it doesn't work for the embedded navigation. In the lower trims, if you want the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connection, it's an option. But then I think it's including the Here navigation, which is owned by Nokia. So that's that. It's finally cold now, so but I'm gonna switch off the car. And to wrap it up, my video was interrupted a few times. This is how it looks when you don't have that connected. I'm gonna pop the bonnet, wrap it up on the front. So hope this video is not too long. I like to be detailed and show you everything that other reviewers don't. To open, just push, no, it's down here, so just like right there, push to the left, you can see that. Now we have gas struts, so you can see the whole car in perspective. And to wrap it up and to repeat once again, this is the 3-cylinder turbo petrol with a MildHybrid. So these are, I believe, high voltage cables. They're usually amber, but this, in this case, is yellow. I showed you the location of the battery. This is your washer fluid. You need to top it up occasionally, and there's a big sign not to pressure wash this. So that's that. Leave the rest to the mechanics. Let it drop, closes perfectly. And that was the new Dacia Bigster. Like, share, comment, so that's what the algorithm likes. If a lot of you watch this video, the YouTube will suggest it to other people who are looking at the new Bigster. If you don't, it's not, so it's going to be a waste of time doing this, so please do all of that, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Do not miss the point of view driving with no comments and the night point of view driving review, where I'm going to summon my impressions behind the wheel. See you in the next one. Bye.